all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania, and it is time for the mega event which has finally kicked off at the Al Bayt Stadium in northern Doha in Qatar. And obviously, the fans were expecting a show put on by the host team Qatar coming up against Ecuador. And let's be honest about this. Qatar is a very mediocre team. When I say this, I mean it because what I saw yesterday was a very embarrassing performance, to be honest, because they never put up a fight. I didn't see even one chance created, and there were moments where I felt that it is men versus boys. Ecuador were simply outstanding. If we talk about this Ecuador team, they are being coached by a manager who has been in the coaching journey for the last 30 years, and his coaching journey is just incredible. He was part of some second division club in Argentina way back in 1992, and today he is the head coach of the Ecuador national team. And as soon as the whistle blew, as soon as this World Cup commenced, the stadium's excitement grew. All the fans were really buzzing with energy, and everyone were so optimistic, especially the Qatari fans. And once, it was a disallowed goal, obviously, in the third minute, there was a sense of relief that yes, Qatar is still in the game. And Felix Sanchez had set up this team in a way that they would be very defensive. They don't have that much pace in the wings, and whatever comes through their captain Al Hados, who has been, kind of in good form in the Asian tournaments. And on the other hand, Ecuador were relying on Enner Valencia, who has previous World Cup experience. And even after the goal was ruled out for VAR in the third minute, it was a very good move which led to the opening goal. A well deserved penalty kick awarded to Ecuador, and 1-0 to Ecuador. Enner Valencia from the spot is very clinical, we know that. And if I take you back to the disallowed goal, it was deemed offside because of the new semi-automated ball technology, which reveals that when the ball is in play, that is the initial point where they see whether the player who is receiving the ball is offside or not. And rightly so, because this has never been seen before. And when he actually connects the ball to make the pass, that is when he was deemed to be offside. So rightly the goal was disallowed, just to make it clear that this is the new rule which has been implemented in this year's World Cup. And as the half grew, I was feeling that Ecuador were kind of sensing their chance to create one more opening, and once again it came in the form of a very good cross from the right hand side. And once again, Enner Valencia, the talisman of Ecuador, is at the right place at the right time. From around 15 yards out, he climbs the highest in the air, heads the ball into the bottom corner, and it is 2-0 to Ecuador. No chance for Qatar whatsoever in the first half. But once the second half came, I at least expected a very stern talk from Felix Sanchez, which would have galvanized this Qatari team. And yes, they were having much more controlled possession of the ball, and there were turnovers where they were caught out of position. It could have easily been, at least 3 or 4-0 in favor of Ecuador. But this is the first time in the history of the World Cups that the host nation has lost its first match. And we could see that at the halftime, all the Qatari fans were emptying the stadium. Only one third of the jam-packed Al Bayt Stadium was actually filled, and it was all the South Americans which were singing along. They were praising the Ecuadorian team for the way they displayed a professional clinical performance. And lot of people were predicting that Qatar, being the host nation, is one to look out for, and they were predicting according to simulations that they would reach the round of 16 and get out of their group. However, based on yesterday's performance, evidence suggests that this team needs to improve, and their next match against Senegal is going to be really tough. And a 2-0 defeat is still respectable. Ecuador could have gone for more goals, but they thought that, let's play around the park, let's make them work hard, and we will just keep it at 2-0. And that is where I feel that, Qatar would be feeling quite, content with the fact that they did not concede more goals. If it was, let's say, a 4-0 or final thrashing, all the Qatar fans, including the ministry which had come to view the first match of the World Cup, would have been really embarrassed. And that just shows that, this team has a really long way to go. And they have been labeled as one of the stronger teams in the Asian continent, but when it comes to the world stage, this is where Asian teams need to prove their mettle, and coming up against a strong team, considerably strong team like Ecuador, they were made to pay. And kudos to Ecuador once again. Whenever the moment came, they took their opportunity with both hands. They did not lose a firm grip on the match. They were always in control, and whenever the opportunities came, they knew that they can capitalize and hurt the host nation. So, guys, it was not the ideal start for the host nation, but still, there are two more matches to go. So I would love to know, what do you think about Ecuador? Do you think they will qualify over Senegal? Because I'm pretty sure that Netherlands have booked their place, just looking at their team on paper. However, anything can happen in this World Cup. It was a very, dicey contest. It was, you can say, a one-sided contest between Qatar and Ecuador. And guys, please let me know, what do you think about this Qatar team? And if you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button. And I will be coming up with regular updates from the FIFA World Cup for the next 29 days. So please stay tuned in. And if you have not yet subscribed, hit the bell icon, hit the subscribe button for regular notifications. So until next time, stay safe and take care.